Welcome to the H.E.A.L Method, Habits for a Pain-Free Life. I'm your host, Madhavi, and I'm delighted that you have decided to join me today. Today, I'm going to be talking about why timing matters more than willpower. If you've ever tried to make a change at the wrong time in your life and then you blamed yourself when it didn't stick, does that sound familiar? Well, then this episode is for you. Today, we're going to be talking about time, not productivity, not urgency, but timing. Because when you try to change something, it often matters more than how hard you try. Let's go ahead and do a grounding moment here. Let's just take in a deep inhale and a long open mouth exhale fully, just allowing ourselves to ground. Knowing that there's nothing that we need to fix in this moment. We're allowed to arrive exactly as we are. You see, so many people carry this quiet frustration and they say, why can't I just get it together? I know what I want, but I can't seem to start. I feel like I'm always behind. However, underneath all those thoughts is often this belief. If I were only stronger or more disciplined or more focused, I wouldn't be here. But what is the real issue? It isn't strength or discipline. What if you simply are trying to grow during a season that requires maybe rest, repair, or stability? Behavioral science tells us something incredibly important. Humans are far more open to change during a certain moment in time, moments when we have more emotional capacity, when we feel less threatened, when we feel a sense of renewal or clarity. Researchers sometimes call these fresh start moments, but I want to say this is in a more human way. It's a change that's easier when your nervous system has room. If you've been trying to change, for example, while you're exhausted, maybe while you're grieving or overwhelmed, or even when you're trying pain, while carrying on too much responsibility, of course it's going to feel hard to do it. That doesn't mean that you're failing. It means your system is protecting you. Willpower cannot override depletion. So let's talk about the body for a moment. If your body is tired, inflamed, or stressed, it's naturally going to prioritize safety, not transformation. So when you try to force change in those moments, your body is going to resist, not because it's stubborn, but because it's wise. You see, healing and confidence grow when the body feels resourced. So timing matters. This is especially true when it comes to communication. Coming back to this again. If you try to speak confidently, if you try to set boundaries or express your needs when you're already depleted and emotionally flooded, your words may come out tangled, shaky, or hesitant. And then you start to judge yourself afterward. But the issue wasn't your voice, it was the timing. You see, confidence shows up more easily when your system is feeling steady enough to hold it. So here's something I want you to hear clearly. Rest is not procrastination. Pausing is not a failure. Waiting for the right moment is not weakness. Sometimes the most self-respecting choice is to stabilize before you expand. We live in a culture that glorifies pushing through. By pushing through is not teaching the body. It's only teaching it, I am not listening to you. And over time, that erodes trust with yourself and with your body. Sustainable change happens when effort and timing align. So instead of asking, why can't I do this right now? Try asking this. What does my system need so this feels possible? That might mean choosing a calmer time of day, waiting until you've rested, starting the support. After the support is in place, choosing a smaller step, or simply acknowledging that this is not the season. This isn't giving up. It's working with reality. So a fresh start doesn't have to be January 1st. It doesn't have to be a Monday, a big life overhaul. Sometimes a fresh start is after a good night's sleep, after a nourishing conversation, after time in nature, after you've said no to something draining. Fresh starts are about internal readiness, not calendars. Here's a reflection to sit with this week. Ask yourself, when do I feel most steady, clear, or resourced? That's your window for change, and I invite you to honor it, reminding you that you are not behind, you are learning to listen instead of forcing. And that is not a step backward, that is wisdom. In the next episode, we're going to be talking about something that ties all of this together, and that's self-compassion, not as a soft idea, but as a powerful force for sustainable confidence and change. Until then, I invite you to notice your energy, notice your capacity, and remember, timing is not an excuse, it's information. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to know more, learn more, get more tips and tricks of information, I invite you to join me in one of my yoga classes in person or online nationwide. Jump on a call with me to see if you would like me to coach you. Maybe we'd be a good fit. Until next time, I invite you to live healthy and live well, and bye for now.